with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and you have reached Friday Fun Live. And the sun is shining here. It's been a very good week for me personally. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm looking at the chat, and it looks like you guys have some gloomy weather out there in Florida, and doesn't look like California is doing much better. So sorry, but you guys are thus like the sunshine states, right? I know Florida is the sunshine state. California, you always get the sun. Well, we've got it today, so I guess you guys are sharing it with us, and I appreciate that very much. Um, Let me just go ahead and jump right on into the chat. There are a lot of people here. I'm going to try to get to everybody, but I'm not going to get to everybody. Um, and if there's a question, I'll say right off, if there's a question you have regarding yarn, crochet, or whatever, you can always reach me, bonniebay@me.com. Sometimes you have to be patient for me to reply, but I do get to everybody as quickly as I can. And just to let you all know, weekends are starting to be off limits for me. I'm just finding that I'm needing to do the Psalm 16 thing, which, putting, the boundaries have fallen for me in pleasant places. And I have found that Saturday and Sunday has to be reserved for my family. So I thank you in advance for understanding that. So if you email me, the weekend, I'll get to you Monday as much as possible. Okay, so thanks again for your understanding. Well, let me go ahead and just jump in here. I just want to say hey to everybody. Crystal, you're the first one. Good morning. Thank you for being there and waiting so patiently. And Charlotte Bruce, she says she has the day off of work today. Yay. How great is that? And Amy K, she says, been a while since I've joined the live. Glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here today with us, Amy. And Joni and Lynn is in our chat from Quebec. And Marina, Suzanne, and let's see. Oh, Johnny from our South Florida friend says it's a dreary South Florida day. I hope that changes for you, Johnny. But Florida weather, give it a few minutes, it'll change. And usually be hotter than when you started. But anyhow, and Terry is in our chat. She said, good morning from June Gloom, San Diego. Oh my goodness. I hope everything's okay with you, Terry. And Yuchi from Germany. Wow. And Susan from Malaysia. Kelly and Denise is in the chat. She says, happy to be here. And it looks like she's having the same problem I do with autocorrect. It likes to change everything going out the door. And Alana from hot and sunny Tennessee, and Angie. And oh, wow. Kelly has an interesting message. Last night, my sister and I went to dinner and met my biological mother and biological sister. I have seen my biological mother for a while, but this is the first time seeing my biological sister. That sounds like a really interesting and hopefully a wonderful event, Kelly. I hope that went well for you. We have some adopted people in our immediate family, so that's a pretty cool thing. My son, as you know, married a delightful young lady from adopted from Calcutta, so she's never even met her family. So anyway, we have Luis. Ooh, everything just jumped ahead. Hold on. Luis from South Wales, and Archernace. She says, okay, Terry. Thanks for putting your name in there, Terry, because I honestly have like a Teflon brain when it comes to names, but I just do want to address you as much as possible by your real name. So Terry from Cleveland. She says, one more row left on the winter cables. Yay. I would love to see a picture of that when you get it done. That was so much fun to make. Uh, okay. Rosie King is in our chat from Lincolnshire, UK. Wow, all the way. So you guys are getting ready for your dinner hour, probably. And Judy from Braselton, Georgia. And Kelly. Um, wow, she said her sister's name is Samantha. That's a beautiful name. My daughter Hannah has a doll by that name. Um, and she treats it like a girl, like her daughter, but it's just a doll. It's just plastic. But anyway, beautiful name. And we have Swati from a hot and dry LA. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing well, Swati. Hope work is, treating you well and not making you, too crazy. And we have Rhonda, what's on the hook? And Swati says she finally has some time off work to be here. Yay! It's so much fun hanging out with you guys. You really are like the only group hangout I have in my life right now, and things are starting to get better. And I do need to say something about that. I'm really thankful. We understand that July 1st, my area here in Gaithersburg, Maryland, well, I don't know about if our county is going to go with it. But the governor of our state wants to open everything wide. But the tendency has been for our local government to just still keep us honkered down, which I'm not real a fan of anymore. But it's just so great to go out now to the grocery store and to see people, even if you don't know them, and to see their face again and to see their smile. I so miss that. Oh, it's such a joy for me to be able to do that now. And to do it with confidence and faith, anyway, let's keep on going. I want to just keep greeting you guys. We have, is it Aparna, if I'm saying that right? From India. That's fabulous. Thank you for joining us. And Anna from a cold South Africa. That's right. You guys are in the Southern Hemisphere, so you are in winter time or heading in from fall to winter right now. That's just mind-boggling. And Wendy from Canada. Well, good morning, Wendy. And so we have Esther and Hannah, yay, our faithful admins in the chat today. Thank you for moderating for us and for keeping us safe and for showing the people that don't like to play nice the door for us. Thank you so much. That just makes my job a lot easier so I don't have to do all that while I'm trying to interact with the comments and share some of the stuff that I have to show today. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. We have Donna from Tucson, Arizona. She says we are roasting. Oh, I'm so sorry. I bet you are. My next door neighbors just returned from a trip to Phoenix, so I can't wait to see her and to hear how things were. They were able to, I think, see the Grand Canyon for the first time. So I'm really excited about chatting with her and finding out how that went. I love Arizona, but in the spring and winter mostly. Um, Actually, Prescott's not bad in the summertime either. I remember doing that. It was still a little warm a couple times, but it was still nice. And we have, I see Tammy from, is that Lyons, New York? And I almost said Lyon, like the place in France, but Lyons. I have to watch my eyes here. And we have Chicken Collector from Pennsylvania. That's an interesting name. Well, welcome, Chicken Collector. I don't have any chickens for you to collect here, but well, I might have some in my freezer, but um, I'd love to hear more about what that name's all about. We have Anne from Northwest Indiana and Lisa. She says raining here in Buffalo, New York. How am I? I'm doing well, doing well. If you all ever need rain, if it's too dry and you need rain, let me know. I will drive my car there and I will wash my car for you. It's a guaranteed rain dance. It will bring the rain, no problem. I haven't washed my car in a few days, and of course the sun has been shining. It's wonderful. It needs to be washed again. So it's going to rain in Maryland, just to let you know. I really wish I had a garage, but maybe the next house will have a garage. Anyway, let's see. We have Amy from Justin, Texas. Laurina. Oh, what a pretty name. And everything just jumped on me. Hold on a second, guys. I had thought about putting on the slow texting thing, but I decided I didn't really want to do that to you all. Um, if you just be patient with me here. We have Laurina from Wisconsin. And let's have the Grail Girl one from a rainy, wet Ohio. Oh, I love Ohio too. And Amy, Mary Ann from Malta. Whoa, I need to go look at the map to remind myself where that is. That's amazing. Thank you for being with us, Mary Ann. And Marie, my friend Marie from Charleston. It's good to see you, my friend. We have to do lunch again whenever I get down to the Carolinas. Um, the week following July 4th, if you're available, let me know. I can meet you halfway somewhere and we can chow down. And let's see, we have Sandra from the UK and Jimmy Irvine says, hey, hello. And let's see, Kelly Hart. Um, oh, she said it went well when she met her family for the first time. Went well last night. I cried happy tears. Oh, that is so wonderful. That's just so great that you guys could meet like that. And that's just wonderful. And okay, so Grail Girl is Helen, it looks like. And Julia, hi Helen. And Julia says good morning from Texas. And Cynthia says, good morning, God is good. No cancer. I have an autoimmune condition which requires treatment and close monitoring, but all is good. Thank you so much for your prayers. That is excellent, Cynthia. I was praying for you last week. Man, that was, you never want to hear bad news, but it's amazing. I have a friend in Florida who just this past week, he's been waiting for a long, long time for a liver transplant. So he just got a liver transplant, is in ICU. Oh, so if you think of him, just pray for Bonnie's friend in ICU, recovering from a liver transplant. So this is going to give him a new take on life. So just pray that it, his body accepts it. That would be fantastic. Um, Somebody from my old high school band in Hialeah. So it's always great to, hear good news and just I guess got to keep praying for him. And we have Jane from warm Massachusetts. Enjoy those warm days, Jane. You know, there are not going to be many of them. And Susan says, good morning to all. South Florida finally received rain. Yay. Good for you, Susan. Good for Florida. Um, and Sherry, looks like she got the booklet. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And okay, Hannah just sent me a question here. She says, Kathleen Hayes would like to know if you could suggest a crochet sock pattern that won't be too hard to do for an 80-year-old lady. Um, I honestly, what I will do is I will send you to my friend Karen. Karen, there's a I'll have to type her name in. Her name is Karen Hooley. Let me go ahead and I'm going to type it into the chat down here. I'll say contact. Okay, I just put, I don't have her information immediately, but if you just Google Karen Hooley and crochet, you will find her. She's my friend from Pennsylvania. She's known internationally for her crochet, and she has written books and leaflets on crochet socks. I personally have never crocheted a crocheted sock before. I've never even knit a sock. I guess my interests have been elsewhere. My daughter has crocheted a sock. One of my sons has crocheted a sock. Actually, he liked it. He crocheted one, then he got bored with it, and he didn't do the matching one. Interesting. So I really don't have any experience with that, but my friend Karen Hooley is the master. She has a leaflet called These Socks Rock. Check it out and tell her Bonnie sent you. She will be able to help you a lot more than I ever will on that question. I'm sorry, I don't know more about it, but I'm just quick to know where my limitations are. I can usually point you in the right direction. I think I have a lot of crochet friends who do a lot of other things that I don't. I have Tunisian friends. I have friends who do extraordinary thread work and stuff like that. Things that I life is just too short for me to dabble in things that I don't really enjoy. So I will point to others that do, and that's not a you know what I mean. I'm not knocking thread or Tunisian. I think they're fabulous crafts. It's just, you know how it is. It's like if a shoe fits, you wear it, and if a shoe doesn't feel quite right, you don't wear it. And those are just shoes that I don't use. I've done it, and I've just decided it's just not my strong suit. Anyway, but definitely check out Karen Hooley on the sock thing. Let's see, what did Esther say? Something happened with Esther. Ah, she's frustrated with her phone. Oh, so sorry about that, Esther. Um, okay, yeah, I was having trouble with my computer earlier this week. I think I need to get more space, but I'm just going with it as it is. I need to buy more space in the cloud. I probably just should clean out 90% of my photos and I'll have plenty of space again. But I just can't do that. Anyway, we have says hello, Kate here from, is it Inverness, if I'm saying it right, Scotland. Summer has arrived and I had second jab this morning. Okay, I'm not sure I totally understand that, but welcome to our chat here, Kate, and golly, all the way from beautiful Scotland. And we have Tina Marie. Tina Marie. Oh, just say hey. And Brat's mom is in the chat. And she's saying hello to all and to all us yarnies. And let's see, Janet is in the chat. And Donna Parrish. And let's see, Judy is saying hey to Esther and Hannah. And let's see, Sandra, I got your present. Thank you, Sandra. She sent me this. I'm gonna go ahead and share this. She says, hi everyone from Flovilla, Georgia. I have been working on a Celtic crochet bag, but at a stopping point right now. Well, let me show you what she sent us to. She sent me this week. Isn't this beautiful? I meant to put this on my scarf. I'm going to go ahead and put it on now, my little happy face. Um, thank you so much, Sandra. That was really, really, really kind of you. I'll go ahead and put it on so I don't forget, so we can, I may just wear this when I go out today. Especially the places where I still have to wear a mask. It's like, well, if you can't see my smile, you can see this smile, and maybe it'll make you happy. If I have to go to the post office, I have to wear the mask. Even though anyway, the requirements have been changed and lessened, but some people just like the rules. They like to keep doing it. And that's fine. You know, if you guys like to wear your mask, I totally get it, especially if you haven't gotten the vaccine. I totally understand that, and we need to be careful. But I think we need to get used to seeing each other's faces again too. I think we need to get back to some semblance of normal. And I'm really looking forward to that. Once I go to South Carolina, things have been opened up there for a while, so I know things will be fine there, but it's just people here are just slow to let go of the noose. So anyway, even though over 72% of the people in this area have been vaccinated, so they're just still holding. I mean, that's probably better vaccination stats for that than there are for like probably these other diseases that we regularly get them for, like, you know, polio and things like that. But anyway, we have Kay Cooley from Terrace, British Columbia, looks like, and Leon from the Wet Isle of Wight. Wow, you guys, a lot of wonderful people from a lot of faraway places here. It makes me want to get on a plane and go visit you guys. So we have Tina from Connecticut, Nunzia, if I'm saying that right, from Rome, Italy. Oh, what a beautiful city you live in, my friend. And Pat and Wanda is in our chat, our truck driver friend. Was thinking about you a lot, Wanda, this week. I drove 81 again. My husband and I drove 900 miles in a 36-hour period going down to a family reunion. And it was a spectacular drive. It was just the two of us. And we got to drive through the part of the way through the Blue Ridge Parkway. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful sunny day. Coming back, took a different route on 81, and we did hit a spectacular thunderstorm through the mountains, of 81, going 70 miles an hour with trucks all around us. So that was a tense, it was a really good exercise for my abs. I was telling my husband, you're giving me like sit-up exercises here with all these driving on this road in those conditions. But I got a chance to pray a lot during that time. But it was nice to make it home safely, and just to be able to see everybody. But just thinking of Wanda and just all that you guys do, and you truckers are really the lifeline for us. I know we don't give you your due like you deserve, but I just have to take a minute for that. And you guys and ladies out there driving those rigs are amazing to me. I mean, just the hard work that it is. And we can't get our yarn without these people. So thank you, Wanda. You make what we do possible in a real sense. And we have Leanna from Illinois. And thank you for your kind words, guys. Thank you for that sweet comment there. And I just got a bunch more comments. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and take a pause there. And I want to show you, I'm trying to cover up my address here, but if those of you who got the new Crochet World magazine, I would have said something about this last week, but I didn't know it was coming out so soon, because this is the August 2021 edition. And in here are, again, a lot of really nice lace patterns. And they've actually brought back one of mine that I did for Annie's a few years back. And just, let me see if I can find a picture of it. I'm going to show it to you I can show it to you in person. Well, you're going to have to trust me that it's in here. If I can't find it, let me see. Here we go. This is it. The Celtic's cable throw. What are they calling it? An Afghan. Okay, Celtic Cables Afghan. And this had appeared in their magazine about 3 years ago, I believe it was. So they were bringing it out again, I think because it was one of their better, one of their better sellers as patterns. And just to let my watch subscribers know, I don't own the rights to this, so I can't give you a free copy, just to let you know that. I would if I could. This is to my subscriber base channel, that's without the ads and the spam and all that stuff. But let me go ahead and show you. It is in the Crochet World magazine. So if you are a subscriber to Crochet World magazine or have subscribed to it a couple years ago, you probably already have the pattern. And this was actually a fun one to design. It has 9 different texturized stitches. And Jackie Doherty, who is I think this was the last magazine she designed, she has officially put her retirement notification in this magazine. I couldn't tell you, I've known about it for probably 6 or 8 months, but had to wait until it was official. So this is the Afghan, and I ended the Afghan with edging using the woven stitch. You know, I love the woven stitch. And then these really big tassels. And this has been kind of in a box. Let me try to get them all settled out. And I wanted to mention something about the tassels. When you make them, I do talk about this in the video. You know how sometimes you get the yarn that's all kind of curly and it doesn't look straight anymore? There are a couple things that you can do to get really nice straight tassels. One thing is to make the tassels with the yarn, from the outside that's nice and straight. Go ahead and make them ahead of time. And you can just kind of go to the end of that video to see how to do that. Or what I like to do is I just use, whatever yarn comes. And if it's a little bit curly, I still make the tassel from that. And I have a little handheld steamer. And I use the steam, and it steams out the curl very well. Just have to be careful you don't get, well, I should get it too hot, but the steam is a lot safer than, let's say, using an iron or something. You have to be really careful with acrylics because acrylics can melt, but the steam is fine for this. So this is the Afghan, and I know a lot of people say, what can I do to make it longer? Um, let me give you the dimensions on this, because I know somebody's going to ask. People always ask these questions. All that is listed in the pattern. Gotta find it again now. Okay, this is approximately 45 inches wide by 55 inches long. So you can always make it wider by adding additional rows. And I don't get into details on how to do that, because if you're attempting something like this, you should probably understand at this point. And I really don't have time to like completely redesign patterns. I get at least 2 or 3 of these a week. People want me to basically redesign it to fit their size bed or something, and it's like, that's a lot of math. I really don't have time, but I'll give you the multiple if you want to make it longer. I would say the multiple of 12. If you add, it's not a straight multiple of 12. Nothing in this world is a straight multiple of 12, I don't think. But if you can add multiples of 12 to the existing starting chain, because the existing starting chain has been calculated for the turning chain at the beginning and the ending stitch at the end. If you add these different multiples, I mean, you might have an extra stitch here or there. Just put one more stitch in, if you have too many. But if you add multiples of 12, you can make this longer. And just by adding, additional rows, you can easily make this wider. So I hope you enjoy that one. This was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna maybe take this one out and start using it now. So before things are released, actually this is the first one that I have to keep, because the one that I made I sent off to Crochet World and I didn't even have my own. So when I made the video this time, the Crochet World cleared permission for me to do that, or they asked me to do it, and then that way you guys can just go follow the video. You can do that if you don't have the pattern. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. And I think by going with a nice neutral color, it can go with any room in the house. I think the lighter colors tend to work better with these kinds of patterns, but You can always mix it up. And another idea you can do with this pattern is you can use up your stash. If you have like 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 of a particular color, but or if you have even just one of a of a color you don't know what in the world to do with, but you have colors that look good together, and you can make the different sections different colors, so you can change it up and have lots of fun with that. All right, Wanda had a comment. Okay, something about I have to find that comment again, Wanda. Something about your phone, but it disappeared there. Um, and Deborah, oh, thank you, Cynthia. She said she will pray for my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And and oh, Cynthia says she bought the most beautiful fingering hand-dyed yarn for a beautiful shawl pattern from a tiny Canadian company called Midnight Cravings. Can't wait to get it. Yeah, show it to. I would love to see a picture. I like to learn about new companies and new yarns, Cynthia. Not that I need more yarn, but I'm always open. See, Wanda says that she's in South Dakota today. Wow, I've never been to South Dakota, and it's 83 right now. Whew, I bet it's going to get warmer this afternoon. I hope your air conditioning is working in that truck. And Jewel is with our chat from Kansas, and Tina, and Marianne says Malta is just a little island in the center of the Mediterranean Sea. That's right. Okay, now I remember that because I remember reading about Malta with the Apostle Paul, with his missionary journeys. Thank you for jarring my memory, Marianne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I get to see Malta. We're hoping 2022, we had a 2020, I think I've told you all about this, had a tour. It was for my husband's 60th birthday, which was back a while ago. And we had a trip to the Holy Land, which was mimicked the missionary journeys of the Apostle Paul. And I'm sure Malta would be a part of that, or at least probably traveling by it, at least, I'm hoping. So we're hoping that that will still be on for next fall, not 2021, but 2022. So that's still over a year out, but looking forward to just doing something like that. I've never been on a boat. I've never been on a ship, so never been on a not ever been on a cruise. So we'll see how that goes too. Um, all right, so I think I'm catching up here slowly. Tracy Hamilton is in the chat. Hey, Tracy, and let's see, we have Mary. And she's looks like it's something in Italian, Hannah. If you can let me know what Mary's question is, I'd really appreciate it. And Deborah says, I'm looking for a simple large cable pattern. Do you do such beautiful cables? Deborah, if you could contact me through email and we could maybe talk and I could send you some pictures. I'm not sure what you're looking for, if you're looking for a garment or a blanket or a pillow or, um, let me know what you're looking for and I could just, send you some links. That might be easier. Uh, oh, thank you, Hannah. You've already answered her. Thank you so much, Hannah, for doing that. And Tracy says she's started making the Emily's tulip blanket. It's looking quite beautiful. I hope you like that one, Tracy. That was so much fun for me to do. It's actually an easier project for those of you who want to look at it. There's a link in the video description below. There are kits available from Lamb Shop Kits. I believe that's in the video description below too. Um, Beautiful yarn if you're looking for, it's an investment, but if you're looking for a yarn kit, that's a good one to start with. The stitches are relatively easy. They're not too complicated, and it does have a video, of course, tutorial to go with that. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. She just communicating with me about that. Okay, which cable stitches are the easiest? Okay, I can answer that. I think the 4-post cable, if you look that up on my page, on my YouTube channel, it's called the four stitch cable or 4 stitch post cable, something like that. It's probably the easiest one to start with. It gives you the basic concept of the way most cables are crocheted. Of course, these are the cables made of post stitches going this way, but there are also cabling like the cable stitch, which kind of runs horizontally. Um, so let me getting another question here. Okay. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh, we have David Browning in the chat. Hey, David. One of our crochet guys out there. Says here but lurking, focused on ever more blue hats. Well, good for you. I know there are a lot of great causes out there that people, crochet for. I appreciate that. Um, I'll see what I do. I do have some hats in on my channel. I have the buttered popcorn hat is the most recent one that I believe I've put out. I'll be working on getting that scarf out in the fall. I meant for it to go out late winter, but with the COVID yarn delays and shipping and everything, I just noticed that a lot of the colors are finally back in at the Lovecraft store. So for those of you who have been waiting on particular colors, they're available now, or at least until they're not. So I have mine shipping to me, so I'm really looking forward to that. Um, yeah, chicken collectors agreeing with me about getting back to normal. Yes, we do. Uh, my pleasure, Sandra. Thank you so much for sending that sweet little smiley face. I'm gonna wear it today. I'm gonna try to wear it often. It's just so much fun. And and Cynthia says she still has to wear her mask because of I'm not even gonna try to not even gonna try to pronounce it, but hopefully not too much longer. Yeah, I know I'll mess that up. But yeah, I totally get when people, people need to protect themselves. I totally get it. And there's no judgment from me. And I tell you what, I've been in uh, the part of the country that it's interesting that how masks have become so controversial, how we're in an area now where if you don't wear the mask, they look at you with scorn. And then I've been in other places where if you wore the mask, they looked at you with scorn. And I'm like, guys, we are not in kindergarten anymore. Let's grow up, okay? Let's just love people as they are. And if you're not comfortable being around them because of, they're breathing on you or something, keep the 6 to 10 feet distance and you're fine. We don't have to judge each other. But I'm just saying, I've gotten it on both ends for differing things. And I'm like, this needs to just stop. We just need to be start adulting as I tell my kids, it's time to be an adult. Time to be an adult, time to be the grown up in charge, not the little child. So yeah, I anyway, I'm not addressing that to you guys. I'm just verbalizing a little bit of a frustration that I've experienced on both ends. And it even happened to me yesterday. And I'm not even going to go there. Today's a good day. The sun is shining. So anyway, I'm just so thankful that we are coming out of this and the numbers are just about disappeared and just really happy with that. Amy says, thank you. I'm over the mask debate. Absolutely. I am too. I am like way, 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 way over that. Um, so many more important things in the world to think about, to preoccupy ourselves with, praying for our loved ones who need us, who are suffering, for our friends. Yeah, so much more to do with my mind than to be anxious about pleasing somebody over a mask. Absolutely. Um, okay, so Luis sent in a question. Is a new subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing, Luis. Thank you for being here. And oh, on the Watch channel too. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and she was wondering, what is the best cable blanket or Afghan to start? That's a good question. Luis, a lot of that depends, I think, on your skill level and what you like. Could you email me at bonniebay@me.com? There is, and we can dialogue about that. You can look at the pictures in my playlist on my YouTube channel, and also in the Watch channel. There is on the Watch channel. If you look at the Afghan throws listing, and you can kind of see which ones. might be to your liking. The one that I showed you here might be a good place to start. It will introduce you to a lot of the stitches that are in some of my others. And these are just using the stitches straight up. So this actually might be a real good intro to the one that you might want to start with. Again, it does presume a certain amount of proficiency. You should be very well, acquainted with the fundamental stitches, the basics. And I think if you are, I think that's why I oftentimes say um, even a confident beginner can do this. I mean, they might yell and scream a few times and have to rip out a little bit here and there, but most of the time people can get it if you stick with it. So I hope that's helpful. But email me if you have any questions ever. I don't mind that at all, and it's not bugging me. Everybody does not do it. So if you want to email me, please do. I will get to you and answer you as best I can. Oh, Bobby is in the chat. Um, Hey, Bobby. Thank you so much for joining. I emailed Bobby before because I just was checking to see how he's doing. I haven't heard from you in a while, friend. So I'm just hoping everything is okay with our crafty Kentuckian, and hope you're doing well. I haven't seen your comment yet. I haven't gotten that far, but I will eventually. um, let's see. Excuse me. And yeah, like thank you for your comment, Denise. Yeah, everyone is good at something different, and that's okay. I tell people too when they try crochet and it just doesn't work for them, and I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I have friends who paint these outstanding landscapes and watercolors and stuff, and I don't do that. I mean, and it's like find what you like and do, and find what you like your little niche, and just go for it. Just enjoy. um, there's never a judgment from me if someone doesn't like the craft or if they're having a hard time with it. I don't judge people based on their skill level. I think I outgrew that sometime in middle school, I hope. Well, maybe it took me to get to high school to outgrow that, but I'm hope I don't do that to people. That's just not fair. I don't want people to do it to me, so I don't try not to do it to them. We have, is it Maria Maria Lena, if I'm saying that right? What a beautiful name. From New Jersey. And let's see, uh, some more questions that Hannah's going to have to get to me. Uh, the ones in Italian. Or Hannah, you're doing a great job handling that. She can answer stuff through Google Translate, and hoping that Google Translate is playing nice too. Uh, um, And Denise wants to know, have I used a pound of love? Yes, I have. I've designed baby blankets with that. Some of the baby blankets, I believe, in the little baby blanket leaflet with Leisure Arts, I believe uses the pound of love, and I like just having one big scan of yarn. I like that. Um, Looks like Johnny had to go back to work, and Denise had another question here. I'm going backwards a little bit now. Um, Multiple of 12 to starting chains. Denise, I don't know what I meant by multiple of 12 is if you wanted to make this blanket longer, you add any multiple of 12 to the existing chain that's already there. I don't know what the number is. That's 100 and something to start this one. But you add, if you want to make it longer, you just add multiples of 12s to that existing number. That way I don't have to think through the beginning and the ending of the row, because every project is a little different and I am prone to get it wrong if I go off the top of my head. Um, Up and okay, I see Bobby's comment. Now I'm going backwards. The book fanatic. Thank you for letting us know what that meant, Bob, because I wouldn't have guessed it. Um, just so glad that you're back with us. I hope things are well. Maybe we can do some emails back and forth and see how you're doing. Um, Okay, so I see the comment now. I'm way, way behind here. Wanda saying she wanted to throw her phone a few times a couple weeks ago. I think I did that once last week. It just didn't go through a window or anything. Yeah, these things torment, these transistorized tormentors, although I don't think there's any transistors in them anymore. I don't know. Don't know enough about that. And she said, wanted to say that driving the Blue Ridge from end to end is on my bucket list. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. That would be kind of fun. Um, there's another road we wanted to drive on. It's above that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a much higher road up on higher in the mountains. I can't think of it, but I'll think of it later. But um, we were going to take that, but we were so high already, and that particular road was in the clouds. So my husband decided that we would just take the Blue Ridge because it was lower. But even at times, you could look down. We were so high that we could look down and see the clouds below us. It was pretty amazing. But if you do drive that Wanda, get a fun to drive car to drive it in, okay? I'm not sure about that truck on there. I don't even think that they can, I don't think trucks are allowed on that road, but I could be wrong. Um, all right, I'm going to just skip on ahead here. Okay, hold on. Well, let me see. Well, I do have some other things to show you. Let me go ahead because I am probably not going to get to everybody as much as I want to. But let me go ahead and show you something I got in the mail this week. I ordered this special. I was watching my friend Karen Hooley on her live broadcast, and this company, it's an old company, they don't publish anymore, I don't think. It's called Columbia Minerva. And let me see, I think this is from like the 70s. It is from the 70s. I'd have to get out let me look at my glasses to get. Okay, I had to calculate the Roman numerals because the publication date was in Roman numerals LXX11, so or II, so it's 1972 publication, and this is it. How exciting does that look? Um, the reason I show you this is the exact pattern where I learned how to make my first sweater. I was in junior high school, and I remember I made one for my mom and one for my dad. And living in South Florida, you can count probably on one finger how many times they wore the sweater. It was an acrylic sweater. My mom used to wear hers, but my dad never wore his. I don't blame him. I would not have worn something like this. And it even had a zipper in the back. Yeah, a zipper in the back. Don't recommend doing that. But this is the booklet that I learned, and we did not have YouTube or any of that. This is what we had to learn the stitches. So it was just little pictures, and the pictures didn't move. But let me show you another picture of a design in here that I made over and over again. I even made one for my late grandfather who lived in Cincinnati. I remember putting this on a Greyhound bus because we didn't have FedEx and all that. I remember putting it on a Greyhound bus so that it would be there in time for his birthday. This is just still one of my favorite cardigan patterns. It's easy. It's using the double stitch or the two stitch where you do single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. And this was the first cardigan I ever made and was able to learn reading the instructions. It was very easy to read. It was just great to find this online. I do have a copy, but it's in shreds. I don't even know what the cover looked like. I'd forgotten because I hadn't had the cover in probably 30 years. I'm not kidding. So you're talking a pattern. I probably picked it up about in the early 70s. So it's been what, close to 50 years, getting close to 50 years. But anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. And if you may be able to find a copy of this on eBay. I mean, some of the other stuffs, it's really funny to look at. It's so 70s. I mean, like, how many of you carry a bag that looks like that? Hopefully not many. Cute dogs, though. Dogs don't age much. But, or how about a belt in the bag like that? I mean, just very 70s. Cute baby stuff. Of course, in the 70s, orange was the color. Orange and lime green, I think, were the colors of the era. The uglier, the better. Hope I don't offend anybody when I say that. But the Afghans look pretty normal. Actually, pretty nice. And this was, yeah, this was also the era of the ripple. Remember those? So lots and lots of those. Hello. So anyway, um, this was just a really fun find. I wanted to share that with you. Again, they do have these on eBay and different places. It's again just if you Google Columbia Minerva, teach yourself to crochet. Is there a booklet number? This is book number 777. Oh, the Magnificent Seven. Okay, so I thought that would be kind of fun to talk about. I do have one other thing today. I've already opened this because it just would be easier. I do have, let me see, I probably shouldn't show you that side. This is my KnitCrate bag. And I don't know if this is a duplicate of one I've opened or not, but I went ahead and opened it. And I just wanted to show you what's in here. And again, KnitCrate is, before I show you, let me go ahead and show you the little booklet. So they're back to booklets again. And inside the booklets have both a knitting and a crochet pattern that can be made easily with the yarn that is sent. Here's a crochet hat you can make with this yarn. And it's really nice too, like with the knitting, they have charts in here. So charts I've found are very easy to read with knit. And they also have patterns for their other kits. So even if you don't get the other kits, you still get more patterns for other things, which is kind of nice because even if you're not buying, you know, their fancier yarns, actually their yarns at their basic is very, very nice. There's nothing unfancy about it, but they do have other, you know, other levels that you can get. But even if you don't get those, you still get the booklet with, you know, at least 4 patterns, a couple crochet, a couple knit. Is that pretty much? Yeah. Okay. And let me go ahead. And again, this, no pressure on this from me ever, but if you're interested in this, it's like a monthly yarn subscription. It used to be $24.99. I believe there's an additional shipping charge now, which I'm guessing it's around $6, but I'm not totally sure on that. So they had to, due to, you know, a lot of things that happened with COVID, and they had a lot of things going on. It's still an excellent company, but you know, they just are victims of like a lot of companies were of this past season that we've been in that has not been a good one. But anyway, I wanted to show you this yarn though, because it's amazing. Oh my gosh. This would be a perfect color, I think, for a man's scarf. It's hard to even tell if it's a blue or a black. It feels amazing. And let me tell you why. It's 90% Surrey alpaca. Now, Surrey would be a specific breed of alpaca, just like with dogs. You have different breeds of dogs. You have different breeds of wool. That's why not all wools are the same. Some wool you can use to scrub a floor with, and then our other wool that is just as soft as can be to the skin. And Surrey alpaca apparently is very soft and much softer than even regular alpaca, just from what I can tell. And it also has 10% cashmere. So not too bad. And it's called Happy Little Tree. This is a worsted weight. Each of these has 150 yards. So combined, you have 300 yards of Surrey alpaca cashmere blend. So, and I believe you'd be hard pressed to find one of these for the price that they're giving for 2. So I think it's a good deal. If it's something that you are interested in, again, never feel pressure from me. I'm not a good salesperson. But if it's something that you might like to do, if you like getting a package in the mail once a month and it has yarn in it, I enjoy this. But you can, there's a link in the video description below. If you use the code Bonnie Bay 20, and that's written in the video description as well. You can get 10% off your first order. So I just wanted to share that with you. Oh, this feels so nice. Um, and there was something else in here too. Sometimes they put little doodads. Oh, sweet. I have to take these out of the bag. They have little, I'll just leave them in the bag. Can you, let's see if you can see that. It's stitch markers. And what's really nice about these is they're removable stitch markers. And it does make a difference. If you use a regular, just a loop that's not removable, that's a knitting stitch marker, you can't use them in crochet. But these, you know, you can just hook them in to mark your stitch. I don't use these a whole lot, but whenever I work in the round without joining, I always use a stitch marker. And I've been using these more lately, just to mark cabling areas when I teach as well. So this is kind of cool. So anyway, that's the KnitCrate. And let's see. Let me go back to the chat here. Oh, thank you, Tracy, for your kind words about the Afghan. And let's see, let me just, okay, you guys are talking with each other. I'm going to just skip over some of that. And guys commiserating about your phones on there, that's kind of funny. I just think technology in general, you know, just there's so much, it does so much for us now. And when it lets us down just a tiny bit, it's easy to get frustrated. Um, yeah. Uh, let's see. Thank you for your comment, Aparna. That is really sweet of you to encourage. Um, and we talked about the pound of love. And yeah, Hannah's learning about the yarn brand. Yeah, that's the yarn brand, Hannah. And yeah, the pound of love is, you know, it's just your acrylic yarn, just regular, you know, acrylic. Um, Easy to care for. Put it in the washer, put it in the dryer on low. Don't put it on high. But yeah, easy to care for. Great stuff for baby blankets, anything for kids. You know, something for that's the kind of thing I use for something when I kind of figure who I'm giving it to doesn't have a lot of time to care for it. Like I would think like a young mom with baby or small children, anything I would make for them, it's not going to be the Surrey alpaca cashmere stuff. Because I know that it'll get thrown into the washer, thrown into the dryer, and then it's toast. It's gone. It's ruined. So yeah, stuff that you can, you know, care for easily and fast. And the acrylics are great for that. Actually, this particular Afghan, the yarn that I made it with is the Lion brand Touch of Alpaca, which is good to work with. I'm glad that I made it with that, just so that I had a chance and some experience with it. But honestly, if you can't get that yarn in your area, just use your favorite acrylic yarn that you already trust and love. That's fine. And that way you don't even have to think twice about how to care for it. You know how to care for it. You know how to, you know, these pound, what is it called? Care-on 1-pounders, the Red Heart Super Saver. I mean, those things are so easy to care for. Or the paint box yarns. I mean, they're 100% acrylic. You can put them in your washer, put them on your dryer on low, um, and 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 they're fine, and they come out clean. And just make sure again that the dryer setting and that your dryer is working properly. Make sure that it's not unusually hot, because if it is, you could melt the yarn and make your Afghan kind of crispy. I've done that. I've done that to a sweater. I was actually wearing a sweater in, this was after I graduated from college. I was living in a household of wonderful gals, but it was an old house that didn't have central heat, and we would take turns actually sitting on this heater unit. I am not kidding. It was that old of a house. And I remember sitting there chatting with the gals one night, and then I got down, and then I noticed that when I took my sweater off, it was crispy on the outside. It had melted some of the popcorn stitches on my sweater. So that can happen in the dryer in a heartbeat. So you just make sure that it's on very low or delicate when you put those in the dryer. Whether it's a hat or a scarf set or an afghan or whatever made out of your acrylic yarn, just make sure it's on low. Um, oh, great, David. He says that he has. Thank you for your kind comment there. And he says that I have a bunch of free hat patterns on his crochet blog. Great, David. I don't mind if you put the blog in the video description, or if you even want to put it in the comments below. I'm not a stickler on things like that. Please, whatever we can do to, help another crocheter out, go for it. I want to help you out. Um, oh, and Denise says that Pound of Love is a doorbuster this weekend at Joanne Fabrics. Wow, that's great. I was just there yesterday, and I must confess, this was like one of the few times I've gone in there, and I did not buy anything. But I was greatly inspired in 3 or 4 areas. So, it was not a waste of time. I was looking around and got some ideas. I actually got a new design idea that I'm going to apply to something that I can't talk about right now. But just walking through their painting aisle where they have home decor, I'm like, I'm going to use that idea. So I'm always on the lookout for inspiration. So even if I didn't buy anything, I certainly came out inspired. Um, oh, thank you, Luis. Let's see. Uh, and Denise, okay, to further that deal at Joann's, doorbuster and 20% off your total. Wow. That's a good deal. And okay. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra says, praise the Lord, Bonnie. Let's let people live the way they want. As long as they're not hurting me, absolutely. I agree with you totally. And as long as we're 10 feet away from them, they're not going to, with this virus thing, they technically are not going to be a problem. So, yes. Um, and Brat's mom, yep, talking about that as well. Yep. Um, all right. I'll get back to you, Bobby, when I can here. Yeah, and Cynthia also, so we don't need to shoot each other. We need to continue to come together. The world has so much important issues. Yeah, absolutely, Cynthia. Thank you. And I'm not trying to be controversial here. I'm trying to ride the high ground here and just stay out of it altogether. Stay out of the mud. Just be kind and don't presume to know what others are thinking. Um, oh my goodness, Tracy, you brought the haul home. She says I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday for clearance event, got $426 worth of yarn for 102. Whoa. I wish we had a Hobby Lobby near me. That's great. I still have some Hobby Lobby cotton yarn that I haven't used yet. I bought it with the intent to design something this summer, but the summer is just like, I know we're just into June, but design wise, it's flying. Phew, uh, I don't think I'm going to get to that yarn this year. Um, Yeah, Hobby Lobby yarn is nice. I mean, yeah, they just have some really nice stuff there. I like the way that they have many more different styles of cottons. They have a lot more blends available. They even have hand-dyed um, superwash merino wool sock yarn there. Now, it's kind of the blend of a Michaels and a boutique store, kind of put together. Of course, a boutique would have far more than any of the other stores, but I'm just saying they're bringing a little bit of the boutique into it as well. And when they have those sales on that as well, that's great. Um, yeah, I'm with you, Sandra. Spread kindness wherever you go is what I'm all about. Helping people to smile, helping fill a need. Absolutely. Amen to that. We have Diane Dorrance in the chat. Good to see you and or see your comment. Um, and Tracy said all of their hand dyed yarn was 75% off. No way. Really? Ah, wow. That's great. I guess people don't buy that in that store. That's probably why, good yarns don't do well in places like Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and places like that, is because people don't get it. They don't understand. But I was there once. I understand why they don't understand, because it took me a while to get on board the natural fiber train myself. But yeah, I get it. Um, and Hannah's looking for people who are good at sewing um, doll clothes. So if any of you are good at sewing doll clothes and you have an Etsy store or a small business or something, let me know. Just contact me at bonniebay@me.com and I can pass the information on to Hannah. I think she's looking for, um, she really loves the South Korean culture, and ever since coming or going on that mission trip back in 2019, was it? I'm losing track of time. Uh, she really, really, really embraces a lot with that culture, and she loves the traditional dress, and she likes to get those for her dolls. And there's just not a lot of them out there. So if you know of any places that have things like that, is it called hanbok? Is that what you say? How it's pronounced, Hannah? Um, if you could let me know, I would really, really appreciate that. Um, all right, so. And Archer Nace is looking for, okay, said that prayers helped from my friend Stan. Please pray for Ohio weather tonight and pray for Louisiana. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, the summer weather can be quite devastating with the tornadoes and all. And we have Bonnie from drizzly, cool Niagara Falls, New York, jumping in late. Well, I'm probably late getting to your comments, so you're welcome. You're in good company, Bonnie. Um, and we have Louise. She says she does lots of mosaic crochet, so should manage. Her videos are so good. Thank you. And yeah, Tracy looks like she sews, but mostly quilts. Um, and just be patient there, Tracy. You never know when those grandbabies are coming. Just hang in there. Um, let's see. I just got a bunch of comments at once. Let me back up here a little bit. I'm just looking. Let me just make sure that Hannah hasn't. Okay, Hannah has sent me some questions. Okay, good. Ann Butler would like to know the name of the scarf you are wearing. I'm working on finding it on your Lovecraft store, but once you. Okay, this is the Arrow asymmetrical scarf, and it probably looks more like. It looks more like this one in the store, in the Lovecraft store. This is made of wool with color changing yarn. These are all color changing yarn. This is with the cotton yarn that you can buy at Michael's. It's is it Cotton Fair? Uh, yes, it's called Premier Yarns Cotton Fair. I'm looking at a ball of yarn right across there on my shelf. So the Cotton Fair yarn, I think I used two on this, but this particular pattern you can use. It's an easy repeat, and let me just show you how it looks. It's an asymmetrical pattern, and you make it as big as you like. You can follow the pattern, or you can just you start here at the end or at the beginning, and then it just grows by adding stitches. Okay. And you can just continue this on indefinitely. You can make a huge asymmetrical shawl, but I like to make this particular size because it's a really easy wraparound and secure on the side. You can show off a real fun. I don't know if you can see the pin I have here, but you can use a really nice shawl pin, or you can just use a big clip or anything to secure it. You can even sew a button on if you want, and just use these use these holes. They're big enough. They're big enough to use as buttonholes if you wanted to do that. So lots and lots of possibilities. But this one is made of cotton for the summer. This one is made of wool for the winter. And anyway, I hope that's helpful. This is a lot of fun. It's a relaxing pattern. Once you get the repeat, it's one of those things you can sit and watch TV or have a conversation and not have to worry about stitch counts and stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Emily. Emily has always putting some sweet comments in there. Um, Yeah, so it is after 1 o'clock, guys. Let me just see if there's anything here. Um, and yeah. Um, okay, so David Browning's blog is called Bearded Yarn Dudes. So yeah, definitely. I don't mind you putting that in the chat and in the comments below if people want to find you, David. Please feel free to do that. Now I because you're a friend of the channel and everything, and it's crochet related, but you know, a lot of times I'll have, you know, if I release a video that's doing well, you'll probably see occasionally you'll see other unsolicited advertisement, and if the app doesn't get rid of it, or if it slips through, I will try to delete a lot of those. But sometimes people, you know, they're spam bots. They like to be shown. And I'm not a fan of that at all. But definitely, friends, if you want to share something with me and you even want to talk, need help in you know, furthering what you're trying to do online, please get in touch with me. My email address again, because I love to help people out in that way. So if I can, you know, shorten your road a little bit, because it can be quite a long one. David also says, Lion Brand is my favorite production yarn, but unfortunately I've learned to appreciate more posh yarns and not be afraid of it as I once was. Yeah, yeah, I definitely use them all. I try not to be a yarn snob, although sometimes it comes out, but I still use all, all yarns. In fact, I just requested, I'll go ahead and tell you just a little sneak peek. I haven't heard yet, but I have requested yarn uh, for a project that I hope to release in the fall or winter, using the blanket yarn. Because I know a lot of you all like that big, thick blanket yarn, and that washes and dries very well. Um, I did make a blanket with that, the banded cable throw, which I enjoyed doing. It works up incredibly fast. I have another design that will be a super fast blanket project with that yarn. And, you know, I don't have a problem with using different yarns at all. I mean, I do want to make sure though that the yarns that I use are acceptable. I mean, there are a lot of yarns on the market that are kind of junky, and I hope you don't find them on my channel, because I don't, you know, I'm not paid by any yarn company, as you know, to promote any of this. And if I do use their yarn, it's because of my request. I'm requesting permission to use their yarn. So, so anyway, yeah, they're not paying me, you know, saying, "Oh, you need to promote this." And it's like, "Nope, I'll promote what I like. I will do what I like." Kind of an independent minded, but anyway. Um uh all right. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me do a little bit of thing here. Okay. Um okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right, I think we're probably going to wind things up a little bit. All right. Okay, thank you, Hannah. All right. Well, let me go ahead, and I'm going to just end with an encouraging word. And again, this is sent in by Sandra, and I got this in with the smiley face. So I thought this would be an excellent thought to end on. I'm going to read the encouraging thought, and then it also has a Bible verse from Romans 15. This is a beautiful little card she sent. It blessed me, and I hope it blesses you. It says, happiness is as a butterfly, which when pursued is always beyond our grasp, but which, if you will sit down quietly, may alight upon you. And that's a quote by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And the verse from Romans 15:13. And this is a prayer I have for you guys. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Wow, thank you again, Sandra, for your kindness to me, and just just being an encourager of others. And I just hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you all next Friday, Lord willing. God bless. Bye bye.